Tonight on CTV News, we take a look at a World Health Organization effort to reduce use of antibiotics.
We'll then preview a new retail store coming to Fort Collins.
Then your CSU Fast Five will break down all of your favorite Ram sports. All of this and more on CTV News starting now. Thank you for joining us this evening, CSU in Fort Collins. I'm Kay Bennett.
And I'm Bailey Lakey. Fort Collins police are investigating a stabbing that occurred at the Larimer County Courthouse. They arrested a man Tuesday afternoon who assaulted his own mother. The suspect, Michael Contreras, is being charged with assault in the first degree as well as attempted murder in the first degree. The injured mother is expected to survive.
Odell Brewing Company and CSU have partnered up to create a new beer to be served at Odell's Taproom. Starting tomorrow, Odell will debut their Polar Ale Alt-Man Winter, a German-style brew created by CSU students in the Brewing Science and Technology class. The ceremonial tapping is scheduled for tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. at 800 East Lincoln Avenue.
In May of 2015, a plan to take on the growing problem of antibiotic resistance was endorsed at the 68th World Health Assembly. Since then, the World Health Organization has launched a campaign called Antibiotics Handle with Care to bring awareness to the issue. This week is World Antibiotic Awareness Week.
November 16th through the 22nd marks the first ever WHO World Antibiotic Awareness Week. The campaign's whole purpose is to bring awareness to the issue of antibiotic resistance and encourage safe practices when taking antibiotics.
Antibiotics are what we use to treat bacterial infections, and they've really only been used in humans since 1940, but we're already seeing the drugs not working very well anymore because people are using them improperly. So Antibiotic Awareness Week is trying to teach people how to use them properly so that hopefully we can get them to continue to keep working.
Antibiotics help when people are sick. However, people sometimes stop taking the medicine earlier than prescribed because they feel better.
Depends on what it is, but usually I seem to just take them until I feel better, just because taking pills can be a pain, kind of.
This can cause antibiotic resistance to increase.
Let's say I have an infection and I go to the doctor and they give me antibiotics and I decide I feel better after 2 days. So I'm like, oh, they gave me 10 days worth, but I feel better and it's only been 3 days. I'm going to stop taking them. Well, I've killed off the bacteria that are most susceptible, but I left behind the ones that are more resistant.
Antibiotic awareness is important for not only yourself, but also for those around you. Students are encouraged to make sure they follow the doctor's instructions.
For students, one of the things that they really need to keep in mind is that if you're given antibiotics by the doctor and you stop taking them when you feel better instead of taking them the full dosage all the way through, that you're putting other people at risk, whether or not you realize it.
Things like touching door handles and bathroom faucets are ways that even if you feel better and decide to not finish your antibiotic, you could still infect and pass on your illness. Dr. Suchman encourages students to make sure to listen to the doctor and take the full prescription to prevent any unnecessary consequences.
One bookstore in Colorado has been vandalized, and its owners believe it's because of its name. Isis Bookstore, named after the Egyptian goddess, suffered damages from someone throwing rocks at their store window. The owners believe that it has occurred over the heightened tension after the ISIS-claimed terrorist attacks in Paris, France. The owners of this store stated that they will not be changing their name.
U.S. Representative Jared Polis of Boulder has been tapped to take place in a No Child Left Behind reform committee. He recently called the education bill a flawed law. The Boulder Democrat said equal access for all, regardless of school district, will be his main goal while serving on the team.
One apparently successful startup recently found their new home in Fort Collins. Today, the company president has something exciting to share.
We wound up selling through a few hundred t-shirts within probably about a week and a half.
2.5 years ago, a senior in college decided to launch his brand in Long Island, New York.
So why Fort Collins?
You know, I wound up coming out here for the X Games and the SIA trade show last winter and wound up just never leaving. Was actually voted, I believe, top 10 places to live for entrepreneurs in Forbes magazine this past year. So it's just been a really great location for a startup company.
The Girl team includes CSU's Trevor Capoza, who enjoys the company's culture.
Growing up in a surf environment, it was funny seeing a company with a surf, skate, snow environment behind it. So I instantly attached to that.
With a unique concept that President PJ White says was inspired by losing 1 million pairs of sunglasses.
So we've got a patent on our garments called the leash that's stitched onto every garment to secure sunglasses.
Grilled also keeps snowboarders happy during the off-season.
What we've got here is a new board sport for the off-season for snowboarding. You can ride them on grass, dirt, and concrete.
The board that recently got them a spot on the hit show Shark Tank.
We went on Shark Tank in Australia last Friday, and we wound up making a deal with the sharks.
As PJ White looks to the company's future, he leaves behind advice for students who are racing to their diplomas.
They keep an open mind, especially coming into their last few years of school, to just kind of leave all their options open. And even though you went to school for something, you don't always have to follow that path. Now's the time to be creative, while you're in school, so good luck to everyone.
You can find Grilled apparel in the Market Skate Shop next to the Colorado Room or online at www.grilledco.com. Their Fort Collins store is officially opening in about a month on Duff Drive, and the Shark Tank episode will air next March.
Madison Sloan is up next with your weekly weather forecast.
We'll be right back.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
Welcome back. I'm Madison Sloan with your weather forecast this evening. We're going to take a look at the live forecast right now. The live cams, there's a few people out and about on campus right now, only a couple though because it is quite chilly outside. There was a slight bit of winter storm earlier this evening. Snow came in for about 10 minutes, but it started to go away because there's strong winds from the northwest. If we take a look at our current conditions right now, we're looking at 52 degrees with winds 15 miles per hour from the northwest. Those will increase to about 28 miles per hour as we look into our evening forecast at 9 p.m., partly cloudy, 33 degrees with those really strong winds. As we move down into 11 p.m., 28 degrees, almost our low. If we look at the lows all across the state this evening, 23 in Fort Collins, 22 down Denver, and down all the way in Pueblo, 22 as well. Across the western slopes, 17 in Vail, 28 in Grand Junction, and 15 in Telluride. There is a single digit in Alamosa at 5 degrees. Across the eastern plains, though, 18 in Burlington, 19 in Lamar, 12 in Lyman. Tomorrow morning, as you head out the door, it is going to be a lot cooler than what we saw this morning. 28 degrees at 8 a.m., noon, 39 degrees. It will be slightly windy, but it will be sunny. But those clouds will blow back in around 4 p.m., 36 degrees. If we take a look at the highs all across Colorado tomorrow, Fort Collins 41 degrees, 47 in Denver, 44 in Colorado Springs. The eastern plains 24 in Burlington, 39 in Lyman, 44 in Sterling. Across the western slope 33 in Craig, 49 in Grand Junction, 38 in Gunnison, and 34 in Vail. Looking into our forecast for the next 7 days, tomorrow it will be sunny with that high of 45. We're going to see a few showers this weekend, Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy with some possible snow showers on Friday. Moving into the weekend, it will get a little bit warmer, 50 degrees, high 50s, mid 50s, all the way up until next Wednesday. And then Thursday for your Thanksgiving, it will be slightly cooler and there is a chance for snow. So watch tomorrow's night with Sierra Symes. She'll give you all the updates on your forecast for Thanksgiving. Up next is Brett and Olivia with sports.
Test scores, GPAs, credits complete. They say what you've done, but they're only part of who you will become. With each new experience, discovery, and triumph, you become who you were always meant to be. And what you'll remember most is your state of curiosity, state of unity, state of awe.
Welcome back to your CSU Fast Five Sports. I'm Olivia Landis.
And I'm Brett Kennedy. The Colorado State football team is coming off a 49-35 win over UNLV this past weekend. Rashard Hollywood Higgins had 7 catches for 3 touchdowns and leads the Mountain West in touchdown catches with 8. With his 4-touchdown performance, Nick Stevens leads the Mountain West with 19 touchdown passes and is ranked 25th nationally in that category. After the game, running backs Dalen Dawkins and Jason Oden Jr. became the first CSU teammates to rush for 600-plus yards in a season since 2009. The 5-5 Rams are 1 win away from obtaining bowl eligibility as the team goes to play New Mexico on the road this Saturday. The Lobos are coming off a huge upset last week, beating Boise State on the road. The Rams have averaged 62 points over the past 2 games in the series and haven't trailed New Mexico since 2011. Here's what Coach Mike Bobo had to say about what it takes to get into a bowl game.
Like I told him today, I said, been playing football for 122 years, I believe, and only gone to 14 bowls. So it's not guaranteed. It's not a rite of passage. You have to earn it, and you have to earn it at practice every day.
After sweeping San Jose State last Thursday, the Colorado State volleyball team clinched its share of its 7th straight Mountain West championship. With one more CSU win or a Boise State loss, the Rams will claim the championship overall. With the previous 2 wins over Boise State, the Rams have secured an automatic bid for the NCAA tournament, marking their 21st appearance. CSU is currently sitting at 15-0 in league play and has 3 conference matches remaining, including one tonight against the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. The Rams look to come home this Saturday and take on Fresno State in Moby Arena.
The CSU women's basketball team is 2-0 for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. The Rams secured a victory over Incarnate Word at home Tuesday night, winning 60-37. The Cardinals were held to just 29% shooting and gave up 20 turnovers. Colorado State was able to turn those turnovers into 18 points. Junior Ellen Neustrom tied a career high with 21 points on just 9 field goal attempts. Senior Kiora Wary added 10 points plus 7 rebounds, and Emily Hesseldahl tied her career high with 12 rebounds. CSU outscored Incarnate Word 38-16 in the paint, and the Rams' next game will be at home this Saturday against BYU.
Well, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and in light of the holiday season, we've decided to play a game called What You Thankful For? We will each list off different sports things that we're thankful to have in our lives. Starting off with Brett, what are you thankful for in the sports world?
Well, you said Thanksgiving's on the way, Liv. What's the other word that you think of when you say Thanksgiving? That's football. Football on Thanksgiving. There's nothing better than curling up on the couch with a big old turkey leg, some mashed potatoes and gravy, and watching some quality football.
I'd have to agree on that one, Brett. I mean, there's nothing better than being along with the family, having a lot to be thankful for, and watching our favorite sport.
Oh, yeah. What are you thankful for?
Well, Brett, I'd have to say I recently just interviewed Coach Bobo, and guess what? He wears Crocs, so I'm going to have to say that I'm thankful for Coach Bobo wearing Crocs because guess what? I wear Crocs too, Coach Bobo. So if you ever want to do some Croc talk, I'm your girl.
Oh, you and your Crocs, Liv.
What are you thankful for? What's the second thing you're thankful for?
Well, the second thing I'm thankful for is March Madness. Now, I know it's early. Next year is when it happens. But basketball season has got me thinking. I'm excited for March Madness. I love that tournament, rooting for all the teams. It's one of the best times of the year.
I'd have to agree with that one, Brett. I mean, it's never too early to be thankful for basketball, especially since we're just diving into basketball season right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And what are you thankful for?
Well, the final thing I'm thankful for is to have coaches that know how to catch. Because check this out, Coach Ryan Williams just saved Kiora Wary's face in the basketball game just the other night. Look at those hands, Brett. I mean, how can you not be thankful for that?
That is called awareness right there, Liv. It's almost as if Ryan Williams wants to come on and shoot a couple threes for the team.
Maybe we should invite him on.
He's pretty psyched.
Well, that's all we have to be thankful for.
And Molly Baltzer is up next with an exclusive interview.
We'll be right back.
A redhead staring contest? You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Morning, Gary.
Do I read my end?
We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back to CTV News. I'm Molly Baltzer. This evening, we have an exclusive interview with Pamela Shapiro and Eric Grasmick to talk about their sustainability campaign at CSU. Thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So why don't you just tell us about Rams Unplug?
Well, we're working on a campaign with CSU Housing and Dining to really help promote awareness for on-campus students about their electricity usage. We want to help them reduce that because not only does it save money, but it's also very good for the environment.
Awesome. And why focus on electricity?
Right, well, we're really trying to raise awareness for CSU to sort of reduce that carbon footprint because about 55% of it is made up of electricity. So we really just want to encourage our fellow Rams and students and faculty to just sort of help lower that percentage a little bit.
Awesome. And tell me about this carbon footprint because I don't think a lot of people are aware of it.
Right. Your carbon footprint is actually the amount of greenhouse gases that you emit doing daily activities. So driving your car, the electricity used to watch TV, stuff like that.
And what can students do to reduce the electricity to hopefully lower this carbon footprint?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things students can do, and they're really simple by just taking the time to unplug your laptop or unplug your cell phone charger or any sort of electronic that you're not using. You can really reduce that carbon footprint because about 40%, I believe, of electricity that is used comes from things that you're not even using that are shut off.
Right, so they're just plugged in, nobody even notices it. So that's just something students need to be aware of. And how can they be more aware of this?
Well, actually, we've been promoting an infographic we have throughout CSU. We have posters and place cards in the dining halls for students to look at, but we've also been sharing that on CSU's official social media sites. So if you want to interact with us and share ways that you unplug or ideas for other people to unplug, you can follow the hashtag RamsUnplug.
Awesome, yeah, and I actually saw your infographic, and I think it's great because little things like that just make students more aware. In the Clark C bathrooms, there is just posters that say, turn off the lights on your way out. So it's just as simple as turning off the lights that can reduce this carbon footprint.
Exactly.
Awesome, and then what can students do to get involved with your campaign?
For sure. Definitely, I think educate yourselves and sort of do a little research about that. But some other really simple ways that you can just reduce that carbon footprint would be like simple things when you're doing your laundry. If you can get from hot water to warm water, that actually cuts the electricity use in half. So by doing that, or even investing in a power strip could be really helpful because you can just switch it all on and off at once, which is super helpful for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you ladies so much. If you want to learn more about Rams Unplug, you can follow their hashtag Rams Unplug or simply Google Rams Unplug. And that's all the time we have this evening. Thank you both for joining us. Be sure to tune in to CTV News Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm Molly Baltzer. Good night, CSU in Fort Collins.